ignore my brother being the average football fan in the background, but 50% of you are going to be like, what? He watched that? And the other 50% will be like, why am I not surprised? But anyway, Grey's Anatomy. ABC original series I watched on Disney Plus. Sandra Oh, Katherine Heigl, Kevin McKidd, Kim Raver, Kate Walsh, Sanger Lee. Greg German, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. It is the second worst medical drama I've seen, but it's still good. For those who want to know, the worst is Chicago Med. Twitter as of 30 to 5 p.m. on Monday, the 31st of October 2022. Ignore my mouth making weird noises now. What was up with that? So, not trending. Covered up MI5. Gee, like I think that might actually be classified as I might be exaggerating a little, but I have a feeling that would be classified as an act of terrorism. Like, it's MI5 that you're vandalizing. Whatever. You are killing people who need to go in an ambulance. You gotta take them to the hospital. You're killing those people. You deserve life sentences. Many observers have pointed to the numerous odd inconsistencies surrounding the attack on Paul Pelosi. In 2000, Elon officially bought Twitter, and already he's using the platform to spread speculation to his 112 million followers about the biggest news story of the weekend. Don't like it? Build your own Twitter. They roll through hegemonic narrative control, and they are terrified. Media portraying the suspect in the attack of Nancy Pelosi's husband as a man fundamentally driven by right-wing ideology. But I have a feeling I've read this before, I'm going to continue anyway. But it's obvious to anyone who looks that what drove David DePape to violence was drug-induced paranoid psychosis. This is completely false. He was obsessed with QAnon and the cabal. Well, send your proof, Ben. He had pretty standard anti-war lefty posts in 2007. Sorry, a 15-year gap. Then insane screeds about pedophiles in 2022. The picture of radicalization. Well, I mean, pedophiles are bad. Like, just saying. While news organizations have spent the day trying to do forensics on this blog, the proof of 110% certainty it says Labs has spent the day using Paul Pelosi's suspected attacker's blog to push conspiracy theories, classic case of an information vacuum being filled by lies. Who was in the car with Paul Pelosi when he got a DEI? Have you tried to obtain body cam footage? I was there a break in at third in line to POTUS's house. News organization is hiding facts from the public. That's the real vacuum. She also noted that the Pape's politics were not right wing. Well, when I met him, he was only 20 years old and he didn't have any experience in politics, and it was always very much in alignment with my views, and I've always been very progressive, she said. David Pape's ex-girlfriend on his political leanings. Musk in a tweet shares a link from a site known to publish false news. Says the New York Times. This is fake. I did not tweet out a link to the New York Times. Susan, I'm allowed to play this. This song was made before copyright laws were invented. Is they made New Zealand look like JFK in that? But yeah, that's the way that they perceive it. Oh no, you're not able to say the N word on Twitter. Although if you say it in the UK, US, EU, China, Africa, just all of Asia, Australasia, North Pole, South Pole, anywhere in the entire Milky Way galaxy, you will be arrested. I'm exaggerating a bit. Legal migration via English Channel by year: 2018, 299, 2019, 1,843, 2020, 8,466, 2021, 28,461, 2022, 39,430 plus so far. Yeah, the establishment still doesn't feel the urgency to do anything. This is an emergency. Yeah, so the best fake opposition billionaire money can buy. Activists. Oh, please reduce our living standards, make our energy bills higher, limit our ownership opportunities, and tax us to oblivion. Globalists, as you wish. Questions are being asked about the lack of security at Nancy Pelosi's home after authorities walked back a previous statement that there were 3 people at the residence, now claiming that there were only 2, Pelosi and his attacker.
Our demand is simple.
No new fossil fuel licenses. No new fossil fuel licenses. Please, sir. Before I go off this, I just want to say, what the person that did the tackling there did was assault. It's wrong. Like, I agree with him that they shouldn't be committing what I'm pretty sure is acts of terrorism, but, well, I mean, actually, since it's technically terrorism, maybe he does have a right to do that. I don't know. I don't know the law. I'm just guessing. Seems logical to me, but it's only vandalism. It's not like, I know, but just because it's, MI5, which is our equivalent of the FBI. It's not just a government building. It's like I don't want to say secret agent. That's not right, but one that deals with terrorist threats. I'm pretty sure that vandalizing their building, although it's only vandalism, still counts as terrorism. I don't know though, so please don't take me like, oh, you're spreading misinformation. I'm not. I think that's how it works. I don't know. Oh no, how terrible. Full-scale political crisis for the Home Secretary person and the new PM Rishi Sunak, and the failure to prevent the Manston Migrant Processing Centre being totally overwhelmed by asylum seekers. The vast majority are not asylum seekers, they are economic migrants. 4 out of 10 are from Albania. The real crisis is the regular numbers arriving, with how many now just disappearing in the local towns and committing crimes. The CBS News Battleground Tracker YouGov poll has found that a whopping 79% of Americans believe the country is out of control ahead of the midterm elections. Appearing on CBS's Face the Nation Sunday, Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee Chair Sean Patrick Mulvey defended Hillary Clinton's baseless assertion that right-wing extremists are plotting to steal the next presidential election. No, right. See if a Republican gets in, it's because Biden is useless. It's because the majority of Americans have grown tired of him doing some of the worst things that a president has ever done in the history of America, and then gaffing, stumbling about it. Potentially deadly new strain. Oh God, here we go. Another new strain of corona has been created. It's been created at a university in London, according to a report. So, someone in London has created a deadly strain of corona. I'm still not going to wear the mask during the lockdown. Guy showed up to Kavanaugh's house with a gun and knife, planning to murder him and 2 other Conservative justices. The media treated it like a minor sideshow. Meanwhile, this Pelosi story gets days of headline coverage, and we're not supposed to notice the disparity. The poll finds 40% of respondents believe in a baseless conspiracy theory that the coronavirus was created in a lab in China. Right, it's just January 2020, because it was in February that the American government believed that it was created in a lab in China, and they never proved or disproved it. There is zero evidence for this. Scientists say the virus was transmitted to humans from another species. Yeah, I remember back in very early January 2020 when you said that it's racist to blame bats on corona. But then everyone was looking around saying it was bats, and even to this day, well, it's not as often. In fact, I haven't heard anyone saying it in months, possibly years. People still do say that it was bats when they disproved that at the end of January 2020. Facts are immaterial to the regime. Everything that is politically inconvenient is a baseless conspiracy theory.
What is my thermostat set to? Yes, it is. It's set to 82 right now. I know I'm a weirdo. Everyone makes fun of me for this, including all of my friends and family. I like it to be really hot. I have a metabolic condition, and I always joke that when climate change, really takes its toll, I'm going to be the last one standing because it could be 105 degrees and I'm not too hot. But that is a problem with my body. Okay, so let's see what else other people are. What is my thermostat set to?
Complaints about climate change. Sets thermostat the 82. I'm not going to read this till I get the Marcus Sweets. UK Conservative government introduces new driving laws for January 23. Mandatory speed limiters in cars, £200 fine and 6 points for using a phone in the car, mandatory EV charging points in new homes, emissions charge zones in almost all cities. Might as well vote Labour. No, not might as well vote Labour. Because Labour will do the exact same thing, but sooner. Instead of it being January 2023, it'll be November 2022. Imagine being more outraged at Suella Braverman for using the wrong email account than the chaotic, dangerous crisis unfolding on our border every single day. Yeah, honestly, I was surprised that Rishi Sunak did a good thing by unfiring her. Or rehiring her, I guess. Like, trying to shift about my chair. I expected him to make 100% exclusively negative choices. Let's declare a pandemic amnesty. We need to forgive one another for what we did and said when we were in the dark about Corona. Yeah, I agree with that, but is it far enough? Should we get more than just that? Should we get money? Or some other yes, it'd be a debt being repaid. But here's why an apology isn't good enough. You stop families attending funerals, you terrorize the public with lurid propaganda, you harmed cognitive functioning of a generation, you ensured untold numbers die from mistreatments, and you vilify the unvaxxed. You don't get to just say, oops, sorry, with no consequences. So either pay up or hands up. When I say hands up, I mean getting arrested. Life sentence. Not the people advocating for it, but the people that are responsible. Fauci, Johnson, Truss, etc. Okay, Truss. Not her, but she still massively fucked the country in 6 weeks. Which is a record in a lot of ways. Crime in England and Wales has hit a record high, right as more police resources are devoted to investigating offensive online speech. What a coincidence. Honestly, I'm surprised that the police still look at offensive hate speech. I thought they just, attended gay pride parades. However, I did see a police car outside my neighbour's house on Saturday, so I don't know. I don't know what's happened. As far as I know, no one was arrested, but it was a shock. I've never seen police that close to my house before. Docs Facebook and Twitter closely collaborating with the Department of Homeland Security, FBI to police disinformation. Plans to expand censorship on topics like withdrawal from Afghanistan, origins of Corona, info that undermines trust in financial institutions. Great work by person to expose crucial evidence on the most overlooked point about big tech censorship. This censorship is not done at the sole or even primary initiative of big tech. It is often done in conjunction with the US government and US security state which demands it. Been told all office/gamer chairs are trash. What should I be using instead? A treadmill.
And then also I don't care, everyone's gonna know, but I was pregnant, and I didn't find out until I was in the hospital. So I also have crazy hormones. I'm not pregnant anymore because of the surgery. I couldn't
No, that was talking to me.
keep it. But my hormones are just also through the fucking roof because of that. Yeah, anxiety.
I really broke her back at Twitch was pregnant and had to get an abortion due to the surgery. AI is amazing. Look, computer, show me a picture of a wrench. Store honey font. Stuffs. Some AI are technologically superior to others. And it's those ones that are going to take over the world. My rights don't end where your feelings begin. Victory lap. Got it by their firing and what it means for Twitter. Please tell Mr. Ligman to connect with me on LinkedIn. Making Ligma jokes? Really? You know, Elon on Twitter HQ are sweating about what to do about yeah. But Elon said that free speech will be on Twitter when he takes over. So don't ban Ye. Keep him on, let him say all his things. Speaking of Ye,
the thing about the red hat that drove me to a point of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by I'm not going to say what race, what people, doctor, and what hospital, and what media it went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor.
when he said, like, what race, I already knew it was meaning Jewish. I mean, at this point, who doesn't know that he means Jewish? Seeking a sci-fi book recommendation that has it all: rich characters, great prose, engaging story, etc. Something on the level of Name of the Wind. Ender's Game series remains undefeated. Haven't read the book, the movie underwhelmed. I would say, I was going to say Clockwork Orange, not Clockwork Orange. I haven't read Clockwork Orange, if there even is a book of it. The Android's Dream of Electric Sheep. Getting asked a lot about the Elon takeover, even remains to be seen attitude. If he delivers, then smashing, fantastic, but he might not, either due to changing his mind or due to his efforts being frustrated by government regulations. Just have to wait and see. Please, bro, I know we fired people from their jobs and exiled them from society, bro. We didn't know, bro. I know we arrested old women for feeding pigeons and trampled people with horses and raided their home, but we were misinformed, bro. We were only following orders, bro.